Welcome. Now discussing about sand casting process in manufacturing process subject and topic is sand casting process. The sand casting process means casting or foundry is the process of producing metal or alloy component part. The part of the desired shape are produced by pouring the molten metal or alloy in the prepared mold and then allowing metal or solidifying or cool. The solid piece of metal or alloy is called as casting. The steps involved in making a casting, the different sequence of steps will be followed. First one is the making a pattern and sand mixture or preparation, core making, core setting, melting the molten metal, curing the molten metal and finishing of metal, testing, heat treatment and retesting. These are the sequence of operation conducting for the casting process. For advantage and application of casting process, the casting is one of the most important manufacturing process to prevent the greatest freedom of design in terms of shape and size and quality of product. The casting provide uniform directional properties and better vibration damping capability to the cast component. The complex and uneconomical shape which are built difficult to produce but other process can be easily produced by the casting process. A product obtained by casting in one piece, hence there is no need to metal joining process. Very high and bulky parts which are difficult to grade fabricate may be cast. It also produce machinable part also produce. Different application of casting. The transformation vehicle, automobile vehicles, engine, turbine blades and milling hose, pumps, fitting rails, many places of use. In sand casting is used to produce a wide variety of metal components with complex geometry. Some smaller sand casting parts include component of the gears, pulleys, crankshaft, connecting rod, propellers, etc. For sand casting, the most common metal are iron, steel, brass, and aluminum. With these alloys, sand casting can produce small parts that light weight less than 1 pound or large product like a several ton of product. The process is used to make minimum or large parts such as valve bodies, plumbing for any other product will be making. The sand casting is also common to producing automobile components such as engine block, engine manifold, cylinder head, transmission cases, many things. And steps involved in sand casting process are mold making, clamping, curing, cooling and removal. These are the basic steps using what be involved in the casting process. In mold making, the first step in the sand casting process to create the mold for the casting. In an expandable mold process, the steps must be performed in each casting. A sand mold is performed by the packing sand into each half of the mold. The sand is packed around the pattern which is repeat to external shape of the casting. When the pattern is removed, the cavity that will form the cavity remains. Any internal feature of the casting that cannot be formed by the pattern or formed by separate core, which are made up of sand pattern. Clamping. It is one of the mold will be made with most prepared for the molten metal to the pure. The surface of the mold cavity is first lubricated for the facilitate the removal of casting. Then the core are polished then the mold have are closed and securely clamped together. The puring it means the mold cavity will be filled the molten metal with the help of gravity force, and the liquid stated molding metal will be solid stage. That is nothing but puring. It will be either will be in several minutes or hour will be takes to puring the molten metal into the mold cavity. Then cooling, the molten metal is poured into the mold cavity, but it will be very hot. The molten metal will be solidifying. After solidifying, the molten metal will be converted to the room temperature, like in getting some several hours. That is nothing but cooling per one. Then removal. After the predetermined solidification time has passed, the sand mold can smiley broken and casting will be removed. This step is sometimes called shock out in the typical performed. Next, trimming. During cooling, the material from the channel is mold, solidified, attached to the path for runner, riser and gated will be attached. These things are removed with the help of trimming purpose itself. And function of pattern. The main function of pattern are follow. The prepare the mold cavity of appropriate shape and size of the purpose of making a casting. To produce set for the core in the mold, each core can be placed. And different pattern materials are using, like wood, metal, plastic, plaster and wax. The wood, it means mostly choosing for teak, white pine will be using, and low cost. It will be easily making all different kinds of regular pieces. So it is shooting. And second one, metal. Metal pattern or cast from wooden pattern for life will be increasing, but mostly light weight and soft metal will be choosing for pattern material like aluminum. And plastic, the plastic is nowadays considered a pattern material due to the following advantage: for lightweight and high strength, resistant to the wear and corrosion. So the plastic also user. And plaster will be using for ceramic molding process itself. And wax is used specified many specific pattern material for statues, and very critical geometry element will be making the supporting of wax pattern. Okay, thank you.